In our last episode, we traveled 60 miles from our base camp at the Conrad Territorial Campground in the Tagish First Nation in the Yukon Territory. We traveled back across the Canadian-USA border and spent a day visiting the old gold rush seaport of Skagway, Alaska. The old town was quaint and had lots of history and is a living testimonial to the courage, ambition, and fortitude of the stampeders who made their way to Alaska across the coastal mountains of British Columbia and Yukon Territory of Canada to the gold fields in search of their fortunes. But the beauty of the scenic, nearly 2-hour drive each way through the mountains, and especially White Pass, were absolutely incredible. In this episode, we break camp and continue our travels through the Tagish First Nation and stop for one more look at the town of Carcross before we turn east for yet another scenic drive to visit the historic village of Atlin as we continue the long road home on our golden anniversary adventure. Before we continue, we ask you to please like, share, subscribe, and comment. These things are important for us to continue and to grow our channel, and we really appreciate it. We drive through Carcross, admiring the extraordinary First Nations artwork that decorates the buildings in the visitor center and adjoining shops. We then turn east on Atlin Road. The road is in excellent shape as we head toward the town of Tagish, which is some 32 miles away. Tagish is about an hour's drive from Whitehorse, and the easily accessibility makes it a popular getaway with rental cabins, a campground, and a day-use recreational area which welcome Yukoners and visitors alike. The area is especially popular during the migration of thousands of trumpeter and tundra swans. The arrival of the swans is celebrated and considered by Yukoners to be the true sign that spring is in the air, literally and figuratively. It is here that Atlin Road turns south. We drive by Little Atlin Lake and 5 miles later, White Mountain, which the milepost mentioned features herds of Dall sheep. But we never saw any. In fact, the area was devoid of any wildlife for us to see. The area is nevertheless beautiful to see. We pass by Snafu Creek and the Yukon Territorial Campgrounds at Snafu Lake and later Tarfu Lake. Such a strange name, Tarfu. It's an acronym for Things Are Really Fouled Up. Six miles later, we cross into beautiful British Columbia. The road parallels Atlin Lake for most of the 60-mile drive to Atlin. This is the largest natural lake in British Columbia. The east side of the road has towering mountains shadowing the lake. The views are simply stunning. We pass by numerous turnout spots along the lake. The road is a combination of chip seal, gravel, and pavement and is generally very good, although we did come across some steep grades, as much as 7%, but our cool Nana coach pulling Equinox navigates the grades easily. Again, the views are simply stunning as we pass by Hitchcock Creek, Base Camp Creek, Indian River, Davy Hall Lake, McDonald Lake, the 4th of July Creek, and Como Lake. It's a water wonderland, as you can see. You can see why it's known as beautiful British Columbia, a moniker well-deserved indeed. Atlin is a small and again picturesque community located in British Columbia. It is nestled amidst the stunning scenery of the northern end of Atlin Lake, surrounded by towering mountains. The town has a rich history dating back to the gold rush era of the late 1800s, when it attracted thousands of prospectors in search of their fortunes. It is a very rural area, and the only access is the 60-mile-long Atlin Road. There is absolutely no cell phone service either on the road or in the town. It does have a small airstrip just outside of town. Atlin is known for its tranquil and serene atmosphere, making it a popular destination for nature lovers and outdoor enthusiasts. The area offers a wide range of recreational activities, such as hiking, fishing, boating, and wildlife viewing. The breathtaking landscapes and pristine wilderness make it a haven for photographers and artists as well. Atlin is also home to a close-knit community that takes pride in its cultural heritage. The town hosts various events and festivals throughout the year, including the Atlin Arts and Music Festival, which showcases local talent and celebrates the arts. We entered the town of Atlin and marveled at the picturesque landscape. Although it was not in our plan, we did seek out a campsite to spend the night, but the campground immediately south of town was a shoddy parking lot in terrible condition directly on the shore of the lake. With only one very small, muddy site available and no hookups, we decided to pass. We continued to the village and stopped to see several Gold Rush era buildings and the historic MV Tarahne. For much of the century since Tarahne was built, she has been a significant part of Atlin, initially because of the tourists from around the world that she brought every summer, and later as the most visible feature along the waterfront. In 1917, Tarahne was designed and built by the British Yukon Navigation Company. The BYN was a division of the White Pass and Yukon Route Railroad, a company most famous for its Skagway White Horse Railway. Tarahne was built for the Atlin Lake tourist trade, in combination with the Atlin Inn and the stern-wheeler Tushy. In June 1958, Tarahne was beached at Atlin. Over the years since Tarahne was beached, many efforts were made to support her hull and prevent her from falling over. A stabilization project, which began in 1986, completely rebuilt the cradle under the boat. She was leveled and straightened by this means. Visitors can now see the inside of the Tarahne during summer walking tours held by the Atlin Museum. And on the first weekend of July every year, the very popular Tarahne Tea brings people out to join hosts and hostesses in period finery for tea and small sandwiches. The town has a Shell gas station, so we fueled up and departed the town for the magnificent drive back to Jake's Corner and the Alcan Highway.
Want to see more? Check us out on Instagram on our Golden Anniversary Adventure page. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you.